Security. In this chapter, we will go over some of the most important security processes that you should know to ensure your NFTs, Twitter, or Discord accounts remain safe. Hacking is unfortunately extremely frequent in the NFT space, and hackers are smart people. So smart that even some of the most seasoned traders get scammed every day, losing hundreds of Ethereums, precious NFTs like Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, and all kind of assets. In fact, 130 of the 10,000 Bored Apes have been reported stolen on OpenSea since the launch of the project. Most of the time, those losses would have been avoidable had the person done their due diligence about what they were signing. In the end, in the majority of cases, the user gave away permission to the hacker to drain their wallet or take over their Twitter or Discord accounts. Security has to be a top priority if you're trading NFTs, and for good reasons. Blockchain transactions are irreversible. There are no banks to help you or pay you back, which is a scammer's dream. To add to that, the difference between a legit MetaMask pop-up and a drain function is a slight variation in the text of the transaction, making it difficult for the average Joe to spot the difference. Project selling out in minutes and the crazy price volatility means some buyers don't take their time to read the transaction details properly and expose themselves to getting scammed. MetaMask itself, the wallet we will use for this course, cannot be hacked directly, but you can, and you are the biggest risk factor to your own security. In total, hackers can gain access to your account from 4 angles. Your browser, if you connect your wallet to the wrong website, maybe Uniswap with 2 I instead of 1, and then your Ethereum would run off like water through the gutter. By tricking you to give away your private keys. For example, the courteous MetaMask support who would send you a DM on Twitter or Discord. Your computer, via spyware and malware, hackers can spy out your PC and your MetaMask account when you unlock your wallet. A compromised front end, which could leak some of your data, either by mistake or by hack. In this security course, we will go over 4 key points that will help you stay safe and avoid the nasty scams that can destroy a trader. First, we will go over wallet connections, transactions, and cancellations. Next, we will check how to disconnect from websites and contracts so you can protect yourself from any malicious attack. Discord and Twitter safety are now becoming crucial to anyone in the NFT space, so we will check what you can do to maximize your security using those platforms. Finally, we will review some of the past scams and how you could avoid them. Wallet signatures and transactions. The most popular wallet used in the NFT space is MetaMask, so that's what we're going to use for this course. But every wallet is relatively similar, so you should understand things just as well if you're using Coinbase, Wallet Connect, or any other wallet. There are 2 types of transaction you will encounter along your NFT journey. Gasless signatures, usually associated with logging into a dApp or verifying your token ownership. And then state-changing transactions, which will cost gas and will interact with a contract to send, receive, transfer, or mint an NFT. Gasless transactions. Wallet signature request will likely be the first type of signature you come across. They are commonly used with dApps and are a core part of decentralized logging. Your wallet is your unique identifier on the blockchain and will allow you to easily connect to most Web3 websites. It's important to know that all signatures of this type will be gasless and will not trigger any event on the blockchain. If you see any gas fee, beware, something may not be right. OpenSea is a prime example of a dApp. All you need to connect is a wallet, no need for username, password, or personal data such as full name, full address. A typical signature request will look like this. Let's go over the key points to be aware of. On the top left, you will see the account you are currently signing the message with. You can change it by switching account in your MetaMask extension. On the top right, we have the balance of the wallet, showing in Ethereum. In the middle, you will see where the signature request is coming from. In this case, we can see compass.art and we can easily verify that our website matches this address. Scams will often imitate a known name with a slight change, like compass.xyz, for example, which would be a fake website and a scam. The message is the last hurdle to pay attention to. This message is always customized, and sometimes you will see a short message containing a long number and telling you about the nonce. The nonce is important because without it, signatures could be intercepted and reused. The nonces are rotated after a successful signature verification. By signing a message, you're proving that you have the private keys to the public key. The signature message can also be customized and could display a nicer and easier message to read, just like Compass has done here, explaining clearly what you're signing for, the duration of the signature, wallet address, and the nonce at the end. Once that's done, you will then be logged in via your wallet in true Web3 style. This is the most common type of signatures you will see to access parts of a website that require a user being logged in. For example, Compass has paid features that you can only access if you have a lifetime pass or if you have a monthly subscription. This is where NFTs and SaaS products cross over and open up a lot of possibilities for where Web3 is going. State-changing transactions. To make any change to the blockchain, you must submit your signature along a gas payment. This is necessary for any transfer, approval, mint, claim, etc. And these transactions will always cost gas. A submitted transaction includes the following information. Sender, which is the sending address. It could be you if you are sending an asset to someone. The recipient, which is the receiving address. The signature, the identifier of the sender. This is generated when the sender's private key signs the transaction and confirms the sender has authorized this transaction. Value, the amount of Ethereum to transfer from the sender to the recipient. Data, which is an optional field to include arbitrary data. Gas limit, the maximum amount of gas units that can be consumed by the transaction. Units of gas represent computational steps. Max priority fee per gas, the maximum amount of gas to include to the miner as a tip. Total amount, which will include the value plus the gas fee. This will show you the maximum amount you will pay for the transaction. The nonce, which you will only see if the option is toggled on in the setting. But this is a sequential number for every transaction of each type that you process. In this case, this wallet has had 259 transactions of this type. Confirm button. Clicking on confirm will start processing your transaction on the blockchain. Malicious signatures. MetaMask is trying its best to give you a warning if a transaction looks suspicious. We've covered that in the minting chapter briefly, but for a reminder, MetaMask shows you if a transaction is requesting to transfer any assets or drain any funds. On this example from the minting chapter, we can see the warning here telling me that this signature will request access to one of my NFTs. This is the first level of protection. But you need to understand what's happening behind the scene, so we will go over the technical details of how malicious signatures work. Let's go over some theory first. To understand how these exploits work, you need to get familiar with the concept of approval on Ethereum and other EVM chains. Having custody of your own assets without the need to trust anyone is the essence of the blockchain. If you have fungible tokens such as USDT or non-fungible tokens like NFTs in your wallet, nobody can take them from you, unless you let them do so. Approval is an act of granting a permission to a third party to access your funds. Without approvals, smart contract can't spend your assets in your wallet. You can't sell an ERC20 on Uniswap or list an NFT on OpenSea. So let's dive deeper into how approvals work. For ERC20, you approve a contract to access X amount of tokens. It doesn't matter if you have a hardware wallet or not. The approval will remain until the amount is spent or you revoke the approval. For NFTs, you approve a contract to access all the items in a collection. The approved contract can take all the items in a collection from your wallet at any time. Once again, it does not matter if you have a hardware wallet or not, and the approval will remain until you revoke it. Approvals are necessary to interact with a smart contract on the blockchain, but they are also dangerous. Many exploits are actually pretty simple. An unaware victim approves a malicious contract, which takes the approved ERC20 or NFT from the victim's wallet. Now it's time for some practical example. We will cover ERC20 transfers first. Let's say you want to sell ape on Uniswap. The first step is an approval. It explains what you are doing, which is giving permission to a contract to access your ape. But it does very little to protect you from phishing. So what should you do? First, check the contract you are approving. What if the front end got hacked? Are you on a phishing website? You could be tricked into approving a malicious contract that would seize your tokens. Check the contract on Etherscan, they always have useful labels. 2. Check the token you are approving. Imagine a compromised website triggers an approval for wrapped Ethereum instead of valueless tokens that was airdropped to you. This could drain your wallet out of all your wrapped Ethereum. So read MetaMask pop-up very carefully. 3. Check the approval limits. Most apps request an unlimited approval for a token. If the approved contract gets into a malicious hands in the future, it could take all the approved tokens from your wallet. Check and edit approval limit before sending a transaction. And 4. Revoke unnecessary approvals. If you no longer plan to interact with a contract, revoke its permission to access your tokens. Some contracts are safe, but unless you know how to read them, it's better to be safe than sorry. Use Etherscan or revoke.cash to remove permissions. We will cover this topic in a later chapter. Now, let's look at NFTs. Let's say you want to list your NFT on OpenSea. The first step is an approval, and unlike ERC20, it's very enigmatic and hard to know what you're doing. To keep your JPEGs secured, you need to stay alert and follow the guidelines. First, check the address you're approving. If you approve a malicious contract, all your NFTs from the approved collection can be taken from your wallet instantly. Make sure you trust the contract. Go to the Etherscan page and check the labels to understand what it is. 2. Save trusted addresses in MetaMask. MetaMask gives you an option to add nickname and addresses. Once saved, they will be displayed on the pop-up instead of the OX strings, so you will immediately know what address you are interacting with. Add nicknames to avoid getting phished. 3. Check the collection you are approving. Make sure you're not tricked into approving a collection that you wouldn't like to approve. This may be an attempt to steal your precious JPEGs while you're not paying close attention. Go to Data tab and check the collection on Etherscan. 4. Revoke unnecessary approvals. Revoking approval for NFTs is less common than for ERC20s, but the risks are exactly the same. Therefore, if you don't plan to interact with a contract in the future, remove its permission to access your NFTs. Follow these simple steps and you will avoid a lot of phishing traps set by bad actors. Many exploits in the crypto space don't involve any hacking. They just take advantage of your inattentiveness when you interact with a smart contract. Pay attention to approvals and win by not losing. How to disconnect your wallet. Disconnecting from a contract you have interacted with could be useful for a few reasons. Most of the time, it won't be needed though, as you should only sign contracts that you trust. Playing it safe does not mean you will never encounter troubles though, so if you do, there are 2 ways to disconnect your wallet. MetaMask Disconnect. The quick and easy way to log off a website is to disconnect via MetaMask. It will not revoke rights from a malicious contract, but it will log you off the platform or the website. To do this, you need to open the MetaMask extension and click on the 3 dots. Now you can see a new menu popping up with a tab called Connected Sites. This will then show you the list of all the places you logged on using your wallet address. You may see OpenSea, ENS, or Compass. If you click on Disconnect from Compass, for example, you would then need to log in again next time you visit the website. Revoking rights. The strongest form of disconnection from any contract is to revoke rights. You can do that in various platforms, such as revoke.cash or Etherscan. Revoking rights to a contract will completely cut them off interacting with your wallet. The process is quite simple. Go to this Etherscan page and connect your wallet. You will then see all the token types, ERC20, 721, 1155. The most popular type of token is ERC 721. So let's check what we have here. As you can see, there are many contracts authorized on this wallet. To revoke rights to any token, simply click on Revoke and click on Revoke again when the new window pops up. This will prompt a MetaMask transaction as you need to pay some gas since it's a state-changing transaction. It is usually very cheap, from a few cents to a few dollars. Once you confirm the transaction in MetaMask, you will see it pending in your transaction list. Once approved, you now have fully revoked access to a contract. Discord hacks. Discord, along Twitter, is the most used communication tool in the NFT space. Most projects will put a big emphasis on creating a strong community on Discord, and you may end up spending a decent amount of time hopping from server to check announcements and talk with the community. Scammers love Discord, and for a good few reasons. The overall safety is rather weak, which is a golden sign for a scammer. Discord Safety 101. Turn off your DM. You have the option to turn off your DMs from strangers in Discord. This is a must-do. Turning off your DMs is the first barrier of protection you have against strangers. Scammers will often pretend to be a staff member in a project and will DM you to tell you that the mint has started. They will then send you a fake link that will take you to a fake website with the intention to drain your wallet. Never trust anyone. It's not the nicest thing to say, but by default, you should think every stranger is after what's in your wallet. Some people on Discord will interact with you and pretend to know what the next Bored Ape Yacht Club is going to be, or have some sort of knowledge that they want to share with you. That may include trying to send you a link to an unknown website or selling or buying your NFT. As the say goes, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Scammers have spent weeks gaining someone's trust only to steal everything they own later down the line once trust was established. You better be careful than regretful, so only trust verified sources and people you can easily track back. If someone has 4 followers on Twitter, they are probably a bot or scammer, for example. 2-factor authentication. Everyone with social media or banking apps has had the experience with two-way authentication. This is when the app asks you for 2 different types of identity, including things that the user knows and things that the user has access to, like an email or a phone number. It provides a second layer of security for the user beyond just the password. Always double check announcements. Regular announcements happen every day in Discord, and fake ones will happen. How? Team members will get hacked and the scammer will take control of their account. They will then post a fake announcement claiming to do a stealth launch, a free claim, or anything that would be coming as unexpected to the community. The safe bet is always to double check who is posting the announcement and check in general chat what's happening. You will often see people reacting to a scam and warn the community that the announcement looks suspicious. Scammers will also often kick those people from the Discord and or close the chat temporarily so you cannot communicate with the other members. The rule of thumb when you see an announcement concerning a mint, a free airdrop, or anything that would involve a transaction is to not be the first to go for it. Unfortunately, there will always be some careless users who will go for whatever gets posted. If you let those people do the dirty work for you, you will see if it's a malicious link or not.